Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here on this amazing Wednesday night. Welcome to the 2025 State of the City of Sierra Madre. Thank you for being here to celebrate, acknowledge, and reflect upon all that we've accomplished this year, as well as taking a look ahead together into our future. Today's theme, Partnering for the Future, perfectly encapsulates the spirit of the community. Collaboration across our small town is what makes Sierra Madre truly great. With that sentiment, I'd like to introduce our local Scout Troop 110 for presentation of the colors. After the Pledge of Allegiance, please remain standing for a special performance of God Bless America, sung by the Sierra Madre Elementary School Choir.
Audience, please rise. Color Guard, attention. Color Guard, forward march. Color Guard, halt. Color Guard, cross the colors. Color Guard, halt. Color Guard, post the colors. Please place your right hand over your heart, face the flag, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. Color Guard, reform. Color Guard, you may retreat. Color Guard, dismissed. Audience, please remain standing.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Tue, barima, tue. Tue, barima, tue. Abo from ba, ama dawa, tue. Abo from ba, ama dawa, tue. Barima, tue. Chue, barima, chue, a boat from Chue, dawarima, chue, a boat from Chue, dawarima, chue, a boat from Ama, dawa, chue, a boat from Chue, dawarima, chue, barima, chue, barima, chue, a boat from Chue, dawarima, chue, a boat from Chue, dawarima, chue, barima, dawa, chue, a boat from Ama, dawa, chue, barima, chue.
Thank you so much, Sierra Madre Elementary Choir, and a special thank you also to Troop 110. Our city's commitment to working together with residents, businesses, regional partners, and staff is not just a priority, it's our way of life here in Sierra Madre. I am incredibly proud and thankful to say that our City Council is one of the most effective working groups that I have ever had a privilege to be a part of. Together, we all are committed to tackling challenges and celebrating successes as one united community. Now it's my honor to introduce to you the esteemed leader of our town, Mayor Robert Parkhurst. Get a little bit of history. Elected to the City Council in 2020 and re-elected in 2024, Mayor Parkhurst has dedicated over 20 years to advancing environmental policies in California, leading efforts to adopt many of the state's climate landmark change laws. Before settling down, starting his own business, he worked with corporations and nonprofits to develop innovative environmental programs. Mayor Parkhurst, along with his wife Jennifer, reside in the historical C.J. Pegler House, also known as the Testament House, which was built in 1913. They are recent empty nesters, as their two children are now pursuing their studies on the East Coast. You may have seen him walking and running or biking through town, evidence to his commitment to safer and cleaner mobility through the city. We are truly fortunate to have a mayor who has dedicated his heart and his actions to making Sierra Madre the best little town in Sierra Madre. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mayor Robert Parkhurst to lead us through this journey we've taken over the past year in 2025.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you to Scout Troop 110 for the presentation of the colors, to Sierra Madre Elementary for the fabulous songs, and thank you to Mayor Pro Tem Lowe for such incredible opening remarks. As she said, tonight's agenda is about partnering for the future. And before we start, I want to start with a moment of gratitude. This has been a year that no one could have expected. We'll talk more about it tonight, but it's not anything that any of us would have thought had happened when the clock turned over on January 1st. A lot of us came together to make this city what it is. And I'm humbled by my fellow let's try that again. I'm humbled by my fellow council members, Councilmember Goss, Councilmember Krebs, and Councilmember Lowe. Councilmember Garcia would be here tonight, but he's teaching. Also with our city treasurer, Sue Spears, here. I'm incredibly proud of our staff, everything they've done with this event and everything that goes on in the city every day. And I'm energized by everyone here in the community. I'm also so very thankful for my wife and my family for putting up with all of the activities I've got related to this city. It's truly been an extraordinary year. And as we move into this, I want to give you an update about key topics that are critical to the functioning of the city. And throughout each of these topics, I'll talk about where we've been, where we are now, and where we're going in the future. So the key areas that we're looking at, we're going to talk about the Eaton Fire. It started the year. We should start with it tonight. Environment and wildlife, the library and community services, public safety, public works and infrastructure, and finally, end on the financial status of the city. So we'll go ahead and start with the Eaton Fire. So thanks to so many people in the city, I want to particularly call out Bob Spears. Bob Spears came on board in the city to help us. Yes, absolutely. Bob Spears came on board and helped us get our Emergency Operations Center up and running. That prepared us to get ready for the Eaton Fire. Chief Bartlett and the fire department implemented new programs such as Genesis and Nixle. These were the things that got the word out to all of our residents and allowed us to be the first city to evacuate the Eaton Fire. Superintendent McGee and the water department made sure that we had water. They looked ahead and made sure that we had all of our water pumped up to our reservoirs so that we had it to fight the fire. All of this got us ready and prepared for that fire. And since that fire, we've started the recovery process. We've worked with our colleagues across the city, across the state, and even across the nation. We've worked closely with FEMA to be able to restore our roads, to restore our trails, to restore all of the critical infrastructure that was damaged by the fire. We have created a Fire Safe Council, and I want to thank Gavin Lee, who's here tonight, who is the chair of the Fire Safe Council. That's going to help us going into the future, and I'll talk more about that in a second. We had partnerships with CERT and Search and Rescue to help notify residents when they could return home and when their houses were safe and when they needed to have additional attention. So where we go from here? So our Fire Safe Council is going to start establishing Firewise communities. And those Firewise communities are going to bring resources to the city to help us harden our infrastructure, to help us prepare for the next fire. We're going to work collaboratively between all of our organizations with a lead from the fire department to expand our defensible space so that our homes are protected, that the area around our homes have fuels reduced. And we'll continue to work with local and regional partnerships like the California Conservation Corps, who several years ago came in our foothills and helped reduce the fuel load and no doubt helped save many homes. Moving from fire, the Eaton Fire, to renewable energy. Anyone who knows me knows this is one of my passions. At the beginning of my term, we joined a small organization called the Clean Power Alliance. 38 cities and counties from Los Angeles and Ventura County have come together to buy renewable energy for all of us here in the city. We are currently now served by 100% renewable energy from projects that are local. But beyond that, we're also looking at how we can start expanding our EV infrastructure. At the beginning of next year, we will see new EV chargers being installed behind Taylor's Market. And that leads me to the future. We're going to continue to expand those renewable projects. Oh, wait, we got to go back. The picture there. That picture, if you don't know, it's a 50 kilowatt energy system that's over at our spreading basins. And that was brought online in 2021. And it is now powering about 40% of the energy that we need to run the water pumps to pump our water throughout the city. We got it at no cost, and now it is starting to deliver revenue to the city on a monthly basis. So it's not only a cost savings, but a revenue generator. Thank you. So as we move forward, we're going to look for additional opportunities like that. In fact, right over here in City Hall, starting in the first quarter of next year, we're going to put solar panels on City Hall with a battery backup that's going to power our Emergency Operations Center. So when the power goes out everywhere else, we'll be able to run our emergency operations in the city. We're going to continue to grow the EV infrastructure in the city. And we're going to strengthen our partnerships with the Clean Power Alliance and the projects that they purchase. The picture here is from the SunZia Wind Power Project, the largest wind power project in North America. 1,000 wind turbines, each of them 3.5 megawatts, meaning that it will generate 3.6 gigawatts, and that energy will come 24/7 to us because of the number of wind turbines they have, and it comes directly from New Mexico all the way to California. And we are, as a part of Sierra Madre and the Clean Power Alliance, the largest investor in this project. Thank you. Moving on to wildlife. So we've always lived here in this city with bears, but we've started to see more of them come into our city. We've seen them get underneath our decks, on our fences, and even in our kitchens, putting both our residents and the bears at risk. So under the leadership of our police department, we started encouraging people to report bear incidents, bear sightings, bear interactions with people and their properties. But we didn't have any regional partnerships associated with this. So what have we done in this last year? Well, we've adopted a wildlife management plan that was under the Natural Resources Commission, David Robertson, and then further updated by our previous chair, Allison Evans, and current chair, Jane Nelson. We have partnered with folks in the community, the Bear Lovers and Sierra Madre Bear Alliance, who are helping to educate residents about how to protect themselves and the bears. We've conducted town halls and educational campaigns to further spread the word. And in partnership with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, they've provided us valuable information and helped been at those events. And then finally, in August of this year, I held a wildlife coalition over here at the Hart Park House. We had 30 cities come and attend that to figure out what we could do going forward as a part of the collaboration. It was kicked off by by Assembly Member and former Mayor Harabedian's office, and we've got a representative here tonight from there. And we started talking about what can we do across the foothills to help keep both ourselves and the bears safe. So where do we go from here? We can continue to expand that wildlife coalition, working with the Council of Governments here within the San Gabriel Valley to share information, to share best practices, to find ways that we can keep the bears wild and keep people's houses safe and personally safe. Moving on to library and community services. We'll start with the library. So you may not know this, but we have the first public library in LA County. Our current building was built in 1955. We have tried unsuccessfully 7 times to rebuild it since 1967. We have aging systems in there, limited accessibility, lack of good ventilation. But thanks to former Mayor Arizmendi and Assemblymember Holden, we secured $12.4 million in grants to rebuild the library. And that's going to result in a 5,000 square foot expansion, seismic retrofits, ADA compliance, HVAC upgrades, as well as a new 100-person community room. Absolutely. We had a groundbreaking for the library on September 24th, and the building is going to be complete in early 2026. We've had incredible partnerships with the Sierra Madre Library Foundation. In fact, Bill Patzert's here in the audience tonight, and he issued a funding challenge. And he said he would match, dollar for dollar, everyone that contributed to the furniture, fixtures, and equipment that goes into the library. Because while we've got that $12 million to go do the outside of the library, we don't have anything, we don't have the funds that go put the fixtures inside. And thanks to him, we not only matched, but we exceeded that. We have other, yes. We also, Councilmember Krebs then took the initiative, and she and another resident, who is remaining anonymous, has issued a subsequent challenge to that. We do have some of our library trustees here in the audience. I see Catherine Addy here. I don't know if there's other board members in the audience, but they are part of the leadership here to help us take the library into the future. Unfortunately, the library is going to close. It's going to close this January. So between now and January, check out as many books as you can. The reason I say that is that every book you check out before the library closes, they don't have to move. You get to move it for them to the new library. We're going to have a grand reopening on June 6th, And I'm not going to spoil what's going on there. There's a lot of really exciting things that the library staff has planned for it. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a phenomenal new place. You can see it here in many of the renderings. Now, all of this good news comes with a little bit of a challenge. The challenge is that extra 5,000 square feet is going to require additional staff. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Community services. A longstanding part of this community has been our events. Our Mount Wilson Trail Race was established in 1908, the second oldest race in California. We've had concerts and movies right here in the park. We have many recreation and cultural programs. We also have a lot of community events. The Wisteria Festival, established in 1918. The 4th of July Parade, 1931. Winterfest and civic celebrations. Our Winterfest coming up on December 6th, right here in Sierra Madre. And our Rose Float Association, which was established in 1986, and we build our own city float. We're one of the few cities that still build our own float. Yes, absolutely. All of this is volunteer-led and community-supported. So you can see the float up in the top. We've got our Hispanic Heritage Festival there on the right. We have, of course, the Wisteria Festival. Oh, yes, and then we had Elvis that made an appearance here, as well as Taylor Swift. So where are we going? We're going to flip the switch on aging. And I want to thank Chair of the Senior Commission, Mary Carney, for her leadership in this and some of the work that she's been doing to try to take the wisdom and knowledge of our seniors and bring it to everybody in the city. I also have been handed from one of our other committee members that we do have a lunch and learn on November 12th at 11:30 to discuss Medicare. And because the deadline is coming up, I encourage any seniors that are looking at Medicare to go and attend it. It's going to be 11:30 right over here at the Hart Park House. About 2 weeks ago, actually exactly 2 weeks ago, we opened up new pickleball courts over at Sierra Vista Park. Yes. And we're not going to stop there. We already have future park and playground upgrades already planned and in the works. At the other end of the spectrum, we're adding youth commissioners to each of our commissions. And we're going to continue to support Eagle Scout projects. You see down there on the left-hand corner, that's a refurbishment of the Mount Wilson Trail Park, also known as Turtle Park, up on Miramonte. Everything was painted up at that park. They also found a very interesting plaque on the bottom of the turtle in Turtle Park. And then I also want to point out all the wood in the band shell here was also an Eagle Scout project. And we're going to continue to work with troops such as Troop 110 to have this valuable service to our city, this valuable community service that they give us. Moving on to the police department. So overall, things have been good. Thefts and residential burglaries have stayed relatively flat, while auto burglaries have gone down almost 50%. We're also blessed with an extremely quick response time, 3 minutes for our average call. And then I also want to point out the training hours we have on there, almost 1,300 or just over 1,300 hours of training, making in areas like de-escalation and the appropriate use of force within our community, so keeping everybody safe. Our officers are part of the community. In fact, you can see a picture here of Chief Barrientos at the No Kings rally. People came up to him and were asking him for selfies. That's how much they're integrated into our community. And that's where we're going to continue to go. We're going to continue to advance community-oriented policing. We're going to expand our bike and foot patrols to get them out into the community to continue to interact with our residents. We're going to upgrade our communications and training. We always need to have good training, and the communication is key to a quick and effective response. We're looking at new smart technology, drones, so that we can assess the safety of a situation before going in. License plate readers, that's what ALPRs are, is license plate readers to catch people when they come into the city and when they go out in case we have any burglaries. As well as body-worn cameras for both the safety of our residents and the police officers. Moving on to the fire department. They have done an incredible job this year. Yes, absolutely. We had a volunteer fire department for over 100 years in the city, and we went professional in 2020 and more than doubled our staff from 8 to 18 people. Now, one of the things people don't know about our fire department is that all of the firefighters are paramedics. Why does that matter? Well, you have two choices. You can have either an EMT or a paramedic. A paramedic, as I like to say, is a load and go. They pick you up, they stabilize you, they get you to the hospital. They get you to advanced care. But an EMT can start care the minute they get on scene. They can start an IV. They can give you life-saving medications as they start. And it's a really important part of what our fire department offers. We already talked about their response to the fire, but we've had other natural disasters in our city. We've had 3 debris flows, 2 of them extremely significant and covering a good portion of the city. Just like everyone in the city, they're part of our partnership. They're continuing, they help to establish the Fire Safe Council. They're partnering with CERT. They're in the schools, helping to continue that education on how to keep everybody safe. And they have a response time just under 5 minutes. And they also have nearly 5,000 hours of training every year. And I've had a chance to go and see the training, and let me tell you, it's not something that's really easy to do. And one of ours, Captain Gaycat, is a leader in the training at the academy. So where are we going? To start with, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. The picture there is my father. 3 years ago, he came here to celebrate Halloween happenings. As we were headed out to the event, he tripped and fell and broke his femur. That fast response time, less than 5 minutes, the paramedics were there taking care of him and took him down to the Arcadia Hospital. And because of their quick response, because of their early intervention, he is out and walking in his community again today. Now thank you, yes, and thanks to the fire department for that. Now, that ride in the ambulance can cost quite a bit. So we've got a paramedic subscription program to help defray that cost. So in the event that you need it and insurance doesn't cover it, our program will cover it. And that's one of the things we're going to be expanding here in the upcoming years. We're going to continue to expand our emergency communication with Smart 911 and the Genesis system, further rolling out features for that system. We're going to look at new equipment, such as the Lucas CPR device. If you've ever seen it, this is a device that will actually do compressions for you. So that allows the firefighter and paramedic to go ahead and render additional care, and they don't have to do compressions during CPR. We're going to continue to do the training and disaster coordination, and then a key part of what they do is recruitment and professional development. We always have some level of turnover in our staff, and we want to make sure that we have people identified so that we have nonstop care for our citizens. Moving on to infrastructure. The Planning and Community Preservation Department, the Planning Department. So we're in the process of modernizing a lot of applications that we've got there. We've got online permitting and business licensing. So you don't have to come into City Hall to get a license or to get a permit. We're speeding the solar permitting process, so it'll be easier and faster to be able to get solar on your home. We're increasing grants for accessibility. What you can see here is the conversion of a tub to a shower to make it more accessible for our seniors. We're addressing vacant housing and wildlife concerns. We had a home here in Sierra Madre that was abandoned, and actually a bear moved in. And so we worked with the community to go and get the bear evicted. Going forward, we're working on expanding our housing through accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. The state has a mandate for every city to get more housing, and the way we're going to do our smart growth is through growing our ADUs. We also are debuting a project tracking map, which doesn't come through really well here on the slide, but that's what the picture is down there. It's a map of the city, and it's got pins for all of the projects going on. So you can go and see where there's going to be construction. So you can go avoid it for traffic, for noise, for whatever's going on, so you can see the status of all the projects going on in the city. We're expanding and revising our open space and conservation plan. That's for our parks and our intersection with the wildlife urban interface. And then we're going to make our municipal code more straightforward and smoother, easier to read, easier to follow. Not the most sexy thing, but important for a well-functioning city. Switching on to public works. So this is a key part of our city and what many of us ran on. In 2024, we repaired 340 water leaks, replaced 195 smart meters, and installed 2,000 feet of main line, as well as cleaning out 70,000 feet of sewer lines. In 2025 already, we've exceeded that with repairing 470 leaks and replacing 190 meters and nearly a half a mile worth of new main line. In addition, our Public Works Department has been out and removing the debris from the storm. So they removed more than 6,000 tons worth of storm debris from our debris basins and from throughout the city. They were able to get us back up and running. So where we're going? Yes, absolutely. So where we're going, we're working on restoring Bailey Canyon and Mount Wilson Trail. Thanks to the Mount Wilson Trail Committee, we have already cleared the trail all the way up to Orchard Camp. We're just waiting for the Forest Service to give us the green light to be able to open it up. Bailey Canyon's another story. There was a lot of debris that came down into the canyon down there. Our first priority there is going to be restoring the bridge and opening up the Wilderness Park. And then we're going to look into the future. We've actually got a grant and a contractor out there looking at how do we restore that trail so we can go ahead and have that loop from Mount Wilson Trail up to Jones Peak and back down to Bailey Canyon. We're also putting in a diverter up at Camillo. So this is important because that diverter will allow us to take water during the storms and put it into our spreading basin so we can use it as drinking water. But if the flow gets too much, yes, absolutely. If that flow gets too much, like we saw during some of the storms, we can turn a valve and send it out to the ocean so that we can get it out of our community and not block our streets and not block our community. We're also going to be working on tree maintenance throughout the city, and important from both the health of the trees and the protection from fires. And we're going to continue to focus on things that we can keep those trees healthy and create that defensible space around people's homes. Now, to do all of this, we need funds. So we're projected this year to have a deficit of $1.4 million. And that's going to be at about $800,000 for the next 4 years. In addition to that operating deficit, we have capital deficit. If you've been into City Hall or many of our buildings, you can see that they're showing their age, like the library was. And we're going to have to invest in those buildings to keep them running and keep them operational. I'm thankful that we have developed an ad hoc revenue committee formed of residents here in the city, including Planning Commission Chair Tom Dennison, who's also the chair of the ad hoc committee, as well as former Treasurer Micah Mario, who are helping us look through and finding sustainable funding options for our city. And that's where we're headed, because we need sustainable revenue to be able to operate this city. We're looking forward to receiving the guidance from the ad hoc revenue committee here towards the end of the year. But we're not just going to rely on them. We want to hear from all of you. We want to hear what's important to you. What services, what attributes of the city would you want us to spend your hard-earned money on? Because we need to go towards a long-term financial stability plan. Now, in closing, I want to start with the city down at the bottom. There are many departments here that I wasn't able to specifically call out. Otherwise, we'd have been here all night. We've got the IT department that helps set up everything here, that helps keep the city running. We've got our human resources department that helps make sure we've got qualified candidates and that we have career development for all of our staff. We have the people behind the desk there that take payments and that help answer questions of the city. And so many other folks that are behind the scenes every day that help out the city. Absolutely. We also have a wealth of community organizations in the city, and you can see them all around here, from the Civic Club to the Sierra Madre Bear Society, to the Fire Safe Council, to the Women's Club, to the Library Foundation, Kiwanis, Rose Float, Friends of the Library, Search and Rescue, Mountain View News, all the way around to the Scout Troops, the Little League, the Pony, the Girls Softball, Kiwanis, Mount Wilson Trail. All of you are at the heart of Sierra Madre and what makes this city great. And with that, it's truly an honor to be your mayor and to represent all of you here in this city. With that, we'll bring out our Sierra Madre Elementary School for one last song, and then we'll have refreshments.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that in a year that's been, well, you know, you were there. We wanted to end with a final blessing to you with a song of peace.
So before we enjoy some refreshments on the side, there are four other people that I forgot to thank that I know that are here in the audience tonight. We've got Darla Dyson from Senator Perez's office that came here tonight. We have Adriana Perez from Assemblymember John Harabedian's office. From our Community Services Commission, we have Ann Palmer. And from our Transportation Subcommittee, John Lloyd. So my apologies for not thanking you during the presentation. And with that, please come join us for refreshments.